Good morning. Welcome to Market Monday for June 10th, 2024. So this just happened. Fastest ETF fund to reach 20 billion in assets in history of mankind. It took this one here just 144 days to officially reach the mark. The next closest? Yep, this one, all the way over here at 985 days. Any guesses on what this fund is? Anybody? Of course, it's BlackRock iShares Bitcoin Fund, or the ticker IBIT. This is not an endorsement, just information, just sucking up cash. In fact, there are 10 Bitcoin ETFs, which have pulled in 2.4 billion in the past month, and almost 14 billion so far this year. While these numbers are still a drop in the bucket compared to the things like the S&P 500, it shows somebody is allocating to these funds. While the markets have been fairly quiet recently, there is still a few folks out there calling for a recession. Market crash, the usual. One thing they may be pointing to, remember this? We've looked at this Atlanta Fed nowcast estimate of GDP, the main measurement of economic growth. Just a few quarters ago, this was in the 4s and even touched 5. Now, below 2. We'll keep tracking this over the next couple weeks to see how it changes. Then they said the economy is tanking and layoffs are spiking. As it turns out, job cuts are being discussed less and less on companies' earnings calls. Here are the latest transcript trends. The blue here is during prepared remarks, and the orange is during the Q&A session after. So we want to look at the total of the two. For reference, here's COVID. Then another spike a little over a year ago as the inflation story was still unfolding. The Fed still hiking rates. And now, at least, it appears to be sloping down again. And for good measure, here's another look. Here are the actual number of layoffs, not mentioned on earnings calls, but actual layoffs since July of 2021. You're seeing that right. Lowest since December of 2022, and appears to be heading in the right direction. Add to that the 32 trillion with a T Americans have in home equity, 6 trillion with a T in money markets, 4 trillion in checking accounts, 2 to 3 trillion in CDs, with low unemployment, solid wages, and personal income outpacing inflation. And it appears, at least on the aggregate, that piggy banks are full if and when we finally have a slowdown. But we haven't gotten a slowdown in the last 20 months, which is how old this market cycle is, producing a 53% gain in the S&P 500 stock market since October of 22. You've heard us discuss the trending nature of markets over time over the past few months. Markets tend to trend, indeed they do, by historical standards. No guarantees, every cycle is a bit different, just history. The median bull cycle is 30 months, producing 90% gains in the process. Here's another look at market cycles since 1960. What do you see? Which color is taller and wider? This is the nature of the stock market, folks. So we can see currently at 53% gain for this bull cycle. While it wouldn't be the shortest cycle in the past 65 years, it would be the third shortest. And more often than not, we should lean into them. Have a great week.